I think we're back, and I have it connected. I don't know. So anyway, welcome to part 3 of building the FT Spear. This is really not a very well planned out series, but and I didn't build the FT Spear itself. I figured you can watch the flight test video for that. I do cut my own foam. I do the whole thing myself. I don't buy the kits from Flight Test, and I did it, and this is the first FT Spear I've built. But anyway, what I'm planning on doing here, simply enough, is I have not an FT Spear connected. I have a FT Arrow, slightly modified, as you can see from the center there. And I'm connected to the iNav flight controller, and I want to get the, is it diff all? Diff all. Okay. So what I want to do is take this, and I'm going to copy the whole thing. Control C, and then I'm going to go into, like, what do I have on this machine? Nope. Do I have any decent editor? No. This is a relatively new machine for me, sorry to say, and I don't have a code editor like VS Code. Okay, so I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to save it as Documents, RC Aircraft, FT Arrow Wide Pod, and I'm going to call it diff iNav 2.2.1 diff all.txt. Okay, so basically I'm going to copy everything that's here into the other one after I upgrade it to the F411. So what is my excuse me for being so stupid, version. Oh, that is the command. It usually has something in parentheses. iNav Matek F411 WSE. F411 WSE is the target. So I need to write that on my pad too. So what we're going to do, sorry I'm taking so long to get to the point, is we're going to plug in the brand new flight controller. We're going to disconnect. It'll reboot. And then we're going to exit out of this, or at least unplug this flight controller here. Okay, gone it is. And we're going to come over to here and unplug the battery, unplug the cable, and set this aside in its place. This plane is lucky enough to have a designated spot in the hangar. These other planes are all new, and I have not printed hooks for them yet. Okay, we don't really need this up here, but I might as well put it up here so I don't step on it by accident. Okay, so let's get out our nice flight controller and switch our views here. Try. Okay. All right. So we can move this out of the way. Oh yeah, that's this camera. Okay, we're on that cam. Is Josh in the background, I wonder? He's reviewing the Orca 1 in-depth review, comparison to the HDOs. Well, my friend, my flying buddy Andy got HDOs, and I looked at the HDOs, and I have to differ with Bot Grinder. I don't have the same eyelashes as Bot Grinder, so my eyelashes did not hit. He did have the newbie drone foam on it. But I just want to say, okay, so here's the flight controller. It comes like this, all screwed together. There is a pin header right there connecting the bottom plate with the top plate. In order to use this flight controller and put it all together, you have to take it apart first and do all the soldering on the bottom plate. The bottom plate is flat on the bottom and has no components. It is the power distribution board. So the bottom plate has the, I should say, did I mention that this is a Matek F411 WSE? It's a Matek 411 WSE. If I haven't mentioned that, I should mention that. There we go. So, this flight controller has, like I said, two boards. The bottom board is mostly the PDB, power distribution board. The power comes into it from the battery. The power goes out to the ESCs. The power goes out to the flight controller. The power goes out to the various servo connections here. So you have high power servo connections, well, high power for compared to like a quad flight controller. I believe there is still some another voltage regulator on board here. I think that's what that component is right there. Anyway, so what we're going to do first is plug this into the computer raw with nothing connected to it. No soldering, no nothing. And let's see what version of firmware is on here. And if we have to, we're going to flash the firmware. And then we are going to place the diff all onto this flight controller so that this setup will be exactly the same as the setup for my other wing. And I won't have to go through that whole process. So we're going to do that. Plug it in there. We'll just set it right. You know, just set. It's not going in that little hole, but let's just set it in there to hold it. It's probably going to be stuck right to the center of that center beam, which is not in any of the. Here. There. You can see the flight controller there. So the flight controller, as you can see there, is not, it's just filling up the hole, but it's going to go in the middle, right where that line of tape is on, probably. Okay, so let's see if we can get it connected without any problem to this computer. And so we will go to our desktop. We will go to our desktop with .cam. Combination view. Okay. Now we have a COM3. And let's try connect. Ooh, look at that. Quick connector. So, first thing we're going to do is go to the CLI and type version 2.2.1. So if we look at my version over here, 2.2.1, July 9th, it matches exactly. It matches exactly. So we do not have to worry about reflashing this board. What we should probably do is, just as I've saved this, I should go into this one as a default and do diff all diff all. Diff all. Enter. So these are the changes from the original. Excuse me. These are the changes from the original firmware. And you can see that I have done some things. So mixer, servo mix, all these things I've done. Logic, serial ports, LEDs, which I will change the LEDs, but let's leave that for now. All the modes, that's what that is. The OSD layout, that's what that is. Maybe my clue was that it says OSD layout. All these things have been, now I'm still, when I do this, some of these things, oh yeah, all this I want. Look at set small angle, all these things. These are all my stuff. VTX channel, band, frequency, all the things that I've changed from the original. I definitely want all that stuff. So we're going to take this, and I'm just going to Control A, Control C for paste or copy. And then here, I'm going to go into here. I'm going to clear output. Now I'm going to go to here. I'm going to go Control V. Didn't work. No, enter. There we go. Okay, so it's putting in all those commands. At the end, it should say save. Save, rebooting. Ding, ding, ding. Yay, happy days. So, there we go. Connected again. Now, we have to do the calibration. So, in order to do the calibration, I'm going to undo my little tape job that I have to keep the USB cable on my desk. And we'll have to redo that later. And I'm going to unplug the glue. It's been on for a long time. And I have been using it, but oh, careful. Careful with that flight controller, Eugene. Okay. So we're going to go through the calibration. Ooh, that graphic is cool. I haven't paid attention to that before. I think I'm going to change which view. Okay, so let's minimize that and go to here. I'm going to make a new view here for a second. Don't go away, Mr. Flight Controller. We're going to document camera with cam, duplicate, and then I'm going to call it, come on, this is why I had that tape there. Document camera with SD cam, SD for standard definition. Okay. And then I'm going to take that and take this one and remove it. Yes. And add the SD cam. Add video capture device. Add existing. Dazzle. Okay. Okay. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Okay. Let's just screw that. Okay, let's get rid of. Sorry, everybody. You can't even see what I'm doing. I'm reconfiguring my my OBS. so I can have a decent view for this. Okay, then we'll put the dazzle on top. How do I put it on top? There. Okay, we'll do it like that. And then we'll put, nope, nope, nope. Dazzle. Let's move that over here. All right. I think we're going to be able to display this now. Let's go to this view. 7. Okay. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. So, what we're going to do is the calibration. So let's go to this screen here. And we're going to put this down here. And, okay, so calibrate accelerometer. First I'm going to click this button. And it's going to tell me, place in a position showed in the image, any of these positions, and then hit OK. We've got to hit all the positions. Okay, so how come it's not working? Okay, now I'm going to put this tape over here so this cable doesn't mess me up. What did I do wrong? Okay, I got to keep pressing it. Oh, that's why. Okay. All right, now we're going to hold it this way. And then we're going to press it again. Okay, so now we're going to hold it upside down. Okay, now we're going to hold it face down. Face sideways. I can't see the arrow. Okay, so now we're going to hold it. Where is the arrow? This way. I'm going to hold it this way. Okay. By the way, this is a lot easier to do before you have it in the plane. And then you can always do the accelerator trim, basically. One more time, I think. Yes, calibration finished. Check values have been saved. Okay, save and reboot. There we go. We're rebooting now. Okay, so that was the accelerator calibration. We should not have to do any more work here because we've already set up our wing. So we've already have our ports set up. We already have our ESC stuff set up and our current sensor and our scaling, and the only thing we're going to change is we're going to call this spear. Let's call this FT spear. FT spear. Craft name. Save and reboot. We do not have to change anything else. But what we do want to do is go to the CLI one more time. Type diff all, enter. Then we want to copy that. Nope, nope, not that. Don't do that. Do this. Control C. Okay, go to Notepad. Go Control A, Control V, and then we're going to save as. Oh, you can't see that. I'm saving it into a file. So I'm going to put it into my project folder for my FT Spear. Diff all text. There we go. Save. So I believe the process of updating to 2.3 is the same as what I just did, except I flashed the firmware first. But anyway, I'm going to disconnect because I don't need to save all that. And then I'm going to unplug this. And I have saved this file to, you can see, my FT Spear folder. So we are done with that portion. So the next thing that we have to do, and I'm going to have to take a break before I do it. Out there is Joshua Bardwell crying over his HDOs. Video of October 30th, 2019. It's funny to watch. Okay, so where am I? Here, I'm going to take this and unplug it. And now we have to begin the process of, here, let's go to that view at least until I find another view. Now we have to begin the process of soldering this up. So the main thing I want to be able to do at this point is solder all the connections to the flight controller. So then I can make all the connections here. I'm going to figure out the LED stuff. After I get the flight controller placed, I'm going to figure out the, let's see, this one is the last one. This one is the first one. This one is somewhere in the middle of the chain. So there's a daisy chain of these yellow wires, which you probably can't see right now. That's the data wire for all these LEDs that are going to be all over the damn place. So let's say we place the flight controller like so. And can you see that? Yeah, let's put it over here and switch the view for a second. Okay, so we're going to put the flight controller like so, but I'm going to solder it all up, and then I want to be able to make all these connections. And boy, I hope these aren't too short. I have some extra, I guess. That might be too short. That one. That would be a bummer. Okay. I figured no matter what, I would have enough there. This is definitely long enough. This is definitely long enough. This one might be too short. Where does it go? Let's consult this for a second before I end the stream, or I mean take a break at least. Take a break is, let's go back to, there we go. Okay, let's go back to this view and go to web page and go to the Matek, yeah, that one in my history. Okay, here we go. This is exactly what I'm looking for. So what you can see here is the diagram. And what we're concerned about here is S-bus, this one here. So the smart port's going to go to TX2, and that is just like I have it set up. Smart port, soft serial 2. If you go back and see what I had back there. Anyway, if you rewind this video. Okay. So that is where is that? Right here on the side opposite of the servos. Opposite of the servos on the side. So that couldn't be better. That is right there. Ground, 5 volts, RX2. This is it. It goes right like that. So now another thing I can see is when we build this canopy, look at how much space I'm going to have. This is why I try to get all this stuff. Okay, so that's going to be like that basically on the sides. I can't understand why there's such a big gap there. Oh, I guess it because it goes down on top. Never mind. Goes on top of that and that. Okay, so there's not going to be enough room for these cables on top. So this thing is going to have to get cut out. We're going to put a hole in the middle here and cut that out. And the power wires to the ESC are going to be a problem. They're going to have to come up through there. Okay, so we already know we're going to have to do that. The only other option is to place the flight controller back here somewhere. And that's too close to the ESC, too much noise. The ESC is going to be back here, and we don't want all that noise, do we? If worse comes to worse, I will drill a hole through this stupid piece of wood that I've glued in here. That is per the flight test specification, though. So basically what we're going to do is cut a big hole. I don't know how big I should cut it. Let's plan this out. I think I might not cut it much bigger than the flight controller itself. I think we're going to cut it like this. No bigger than that. We're going to go like that. Even closer. There we go. That's the way it's going to be. We may have to cut out more out of that. But I didn't like the way that was cut at an angle. Okay, there we go. Look at that. That's how it's going to go. Just like that. And so there is plenty of length for that receiver wire. Okay, folks, stand by for a few minutes. Going to take a break. Whoever's watching, nobody, the one user that doesn't exist. I lost my guy, my dude that watches me sometimes. But hey, what can I say? Please stand by, huh? Okay, we're going to try to do some soldering now. Hopefully I won't need to turn on the fan, but if I do, oh, I should turn that mic off. Which mic is which? Which mic is which? I want this mic, this mic, this mic. Okay. I think I know what I'm doing now. Possibly. Alright, we're going to turn the soldering iron on. We are going to get our flight controller out. Maybe, I don't know if we should zoom in some or not, but we're going to get a screwdriver that can open this up. We may have to change tips. Okay, we're going to have to change chips on this for sure. Let's see here. We need a little tiny screwdriver. That one. This one. I'm just going to disconnect all these things. And find a little jar to put them in so we don't lose them. So these pretty securely hold this together. Now we're going to pull it apart. And for now we can leave all those on there. So the ESC goes to that, signal 1. To find my picture, my cheat sheet for the, okay, here, we're just going to put this like this. This goes here. Come on. Oh, there's a screw stuck in there. Oh, there's a screw stuck in there. Extra screw. Okay. That's a nice tight fit. Okay, so these are our servo connections. And I like to just connect them both so that later, if I want to use this in a 2-engine, I can. Okay. Okay, so we are ready to solder, if I could say it properly. Right? I'm not going to make a big deal about how people say it, though. Okay, so some of these pins take a lot of heat, like that one doesn't. That one did pretty good. That's what you want to see on there. There's a nice cone all the way around the pin. I don't know if you can see that or not. Hold on, I gotta check something. Zoom it in a little, huh? Let's go this way and try not to knock off the heat gun. Okay, we'll put it right there. All right. So we got it tacked in. It's not going to go anywhere. Put a little tiny bit right there. We'll get the other side. And try to get it to not move around. It's always preferable. Go away. Okay. So any of the ground pins on this, even these little pins, and when you're building a quad, you get the same thing. Look, this is a really stupid thing that I'm doing here. I got the solder stuck to that. Okay, see, that's what I want. I want it to all suck in right around. Now what happens when that happens, right there, that little Sharpie thing, oh, come on. That's when all the flux is gone. That's what happens when all the flux is gone. So we'll add a little bit more. And we can add flux directly if we wanted to. Okay, yeah, let's put a little fresh in there. Come on. This is a pretty poor soldering job I'm doing. But I am a newbie. You know what? I'm going to turn the heat up. I forgot when I do this board, I turn the heat up. Enter. We're going to do it to 420. 420 is a good number. All right. Let's get some fresh solder on there. Okay, turn it around. That was a good one. That's a good one. That's not a good one. That's a ground. You can tell the grounds, they take a lot of heat. They take a lot of heat. So, let's get this thing straight so I can aim it properly. Come on. You can tell that if you're touching it to the board side and it's not sucking in, that it's not hot enough. And that's what's happening here. That just bums me out. I mean, we've got... Yeah, that's good. Saw it suck in. There we go. I think it's sucking in. Come on, suck in. Okay. Oh, that one didn't take either. There we go. This is the exact same process if you were making like a freestyle quad. If you were building your own. Which every quad flyer should know how to build their own quad. Maybe not airplanes, but definitely quads. Because you're going to crash your quad, then you're going to need to fix it. You're going to crash your plane too, and you're going to need to fix that too, but oh, come on. Come on. I guess that's okay. I don't know. I'm going to look at those with my high mag glasses. Yeah, see how these two are like balled up around the... That's shit. That's not good. So that's no good. Those did not go well. So we have to work on it some more. These things take so much heat. So I have this set at 420 degrees Celsius. That's way too hot. Everybody would tell you. Every electrical engineer. Come on. Come on. Heat up. It's not. I think I got it. Oh, shit. Oh my god. Look at, see what a mess that is? You can have a mess, especially, I'm not totally a newbie when it comes to this soldering, but I'm making it look like I'm a newbie right now. This is not easy. Don't anybody tell you that soldering these Matek boards up is easy. It's not. I mean, how can it take that much heat and it's not heating up? This whole board is too hot to touch. The whole bottom of it is. And yet, I can't get it in there. And this happened the last one I built too. It took me forever to get these ground pads soldered. I'm going to call that done, but holy shit. That was rough. And see, now I'm going to have to let this cool off before I take this blue tack off, or it's going to be stuck all over everything. Okay, so what I might as well do is see if I can just get some of it off over on this side. And then turn this off. I'm going to have to change tips. So now we're going to go to, I think we'll go to this tip. It's about the same size as the pad. And I got a whole bunch of blue shit in that thread, which I definitely don't want to do. Can't believe I did that. I'm going to have to take this screw out, which I'd probably have to take out anyway. This board is really hot right now, by the way. Okay, and then push that through with something small. Maybe this solder. The solder's probably too soft. Oh, I got it. Look at that. All that goop. Okay, so okay. these little things in here. All the little extra screws. Goes off to the side. Everything off to the side that we don't need. All right, next we're going to we'll leave that up there. See, it sticks all over the place when it's too hot. Okay, so just gonna try to stick it down with a little blob. Okay, battery. ESC plus and ESC minus. We're only gonna do one. Okay, we've got this turned off. We're going to there we go. That's hot. Ouch, 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 ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay, next we're going to I'm going to put, I forgot. Oh, crap. I'll wait till I change the tips back. I got to put another 5-volt and ground there. No, I don't use those. Never mind. Because that doesn't get exposed. Those are covered up. So never mind that. I get 5 volts from somewhere else. Okay, never mind all the gibberish I'm saying here. Let's put this. This tip has been used so much it's falling apart. Put it over here on the wood. Okay. Here, now we're going to solder this. Should we zoom in a little bit again? Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's turn it back on. So we're going to solder both of those. So, oh, we're going to do flux on these guys. So, okay, there's our flux. Ah, this jar of flux lid is so sucky. Okay, poor Radio Shack. I miss Radio Shack. Okay. So, we're going to tin a couple of these. Let's tin this one. It's going to take a long time. It's just going to suck in so much heat. Oh, it's going to take so long. Look at that. It just sticks. There it goes. Okay. Let's do the plus. The plus will be easier. Let's do the plus on this one. Okay. Let's get all that out of there. Holy shit. Damn it. Oh, fuck. Come on. Okay, here. We gotta hurry. We gotta get off there. Oh, shit. Stay out of there. That was hilarious. Okay. Those are tinned up. Okay, so now we're going to, oh, we got it. Now we'll wait for the little ones. Okay, now let's take a look at this board. That's all we have to do for this big one for now, because I don't have the leads ready yet. We're going to do that shortly, because then I have to do the motor part. The motor will come next. Okay, so let's figure this out. We are going to be putting in all of these. So we're going to do right there. We got to cut it right there. And that's going to go on like so. These fit really tight on this particular board. I remember the last ones fit very loosely. I might have to stand up and push on this. Okay, so we've got that in there. And next, we're going to do this one. Okay, so I'm going to put this red. We're going to do 3 separate ones, I think. So we'll do red, right like there. Then we're going to do black. Oh, I put it in the wrong one. Ah. I used to have like a white one. That would be go there. And then the black one would go here. And gotta remember to get that extra one. Because that's ST1. That is where the something goes in soft cereal. Okay, those are all our pins placed on the board. So now what we're going to do is turn the board over and try to get them not to fall out. like so. Is that good? Okay, that should be good for some of this. Okay, this is off. I can change the tip back now. I should have cleaned that tip off. Damn it. Bad man. Bad man. Hot, 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 hot. Okay. And the other tip. Ouch. Ouch, 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 ouch. All right, we'll turn it back on. Found an extra screw. Okay, so what we're going to do now is something I often forget to do, but we're going to mask over. I should have done that down here. Now, here, one of the things we're going to do is clean off all this extra flux with some alcohol. Because that shit will corrode later. You want to clean it all off. Plus it's sticky and gross. All right, we're going to have to... I wish this board, I mean, I get it, it's compact, so I would like it because it's compact, and then I can't say, oh, I wish it had more of this or more of that. Because, so this blue tack just cleans off with alcohol, just like the flux. All right. Big glop of flux right there. I want to get it off before it gets hard. It will get hard on you. I should want to. That's what she said. Okay. That's very vulgar. Okay. Piece of tape. That's what I'm looking for. Back here. Gotta go to the other room. Gotta go to the 3D printer and get us some masking tape. Thank you, 3D printer. Okay, so we're gonna stick this over here, and then we're gonna cover this stuff up that we're not gonna be soldering. What you don't want is a bunch of solder to glop down somewhere. Don't ask me how I know. You can easily ruin a board. So, might as well take a precaution. And you know what? I'm gonna get something to drink. I forgot to get something to drink. So everybody, just please stand by. Okay, I got a drink. Drone worship. Let's see. What kind of videos would you like to see with drones? I could maybe give you some good links. 1 second, I gotta do something. Okay, I'm back. Holy shit, what is that? The walls are making noises. All right, we're back with a hot soldering iron. Yeah. I don't know what kind of... I call them quads. I don't call them drones if they're not, like, autonomous. If you got to fly them yourself, I call it a quad. But I know everybody calls them drones, and that's the thing. So I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what you're talking about. So I could probably point out some videos and some people to watch if you're interested in getting into certain things. I haven't seen drone worship, so I don't know which one. I don't know who that is. But I got into, I don't know if you can hear a video playing in the background through my mic or not, but there's a video playing right in front of me as I work here. And that's Joshua Bardwell, and he's he's the FPV know-it-all. Joshua Bardwell is. Self-labeled FPV know-it-all, but he does know a lot of stuff. And if you're into like little tiny quads, micros as they're called, there's Kebab FPV is one of the people. Well, he's recently got into, he coined the type called the toothpick. There's Andy RC, I'd highly recommend him. Curie Kitten. Now these people aren't maybe the best pilots, but they're the best, they're very knowledgeable. Then there's the people, the videos with the pilots that do amazing stuff. I mean, all those people can fly better than me, I'm sure, but I'm kind of like a cruiser. I like to fly my freestyle quads. I like to do a little flipping and stuff like that, but other people that I know that fly are much better. Andy, you know who I'm talking about. He flies better than I do. He flies planes better than I do, and he flies quads better than I do. But I think he's certainly younger, sharper mind. That's always good to have. Okay, we need to clean off. Now, having this sitting here while I'm doing that is really stupid. A big glob of solder could get on it. So set stuff aside. Don't have anything in the way. I've made mistakes like that before. So like Joshua, he's really a good pilot, but he's not the top of the top. Okay, so these ones in the middle here, they're hard to get. I should have gotten some of those first. Obviously, I managed to get them, but you gotta put it on the. There we go. We got it. Get as many as I can while it's still warm. So this is a 5-volt rail here probably. So they're all connected together. So once you get it warmed up, this is successfully, what is the word I'm looking for? Each one is easier than the previous one. It's late. Okay, I think I'm going to turn this in a second here. Yeah, I'm going to turn it around because I'm getting at a funny angle. Okay, got that one. Let's get some of these on this side. Oh. I want just a little bit more on that one. Damn it. There we go. Okay. Not that many more to go. We won't be done with all the soldering yet, but see, it's all getting goopy down there because it's all very warm. Okay. We have a very warm soldering iron. I wonder if Joshua's coming through on the sound. He's talking about the DJI. He's flying around. The video is Fat Shark Bite Frost. Oh, he's looking at the Bite Frost. I'm sticking with my analog, old school Fat Shark Dominator V3s. That's what I'm going to stick with for quite some time. Until all the analog stuff is gone. Okay, we're going to turn this again. See, it's all goopy down there. I'm going to have to clean all that shit off with alcohol. If I can fly it, I'm happy. I think that the Dominator V3s I can see through them. I can see the OSD. And I'm sure after I get the right diopters. Okay, let's see, which way do I want to do this? This way. After I get the right diopters, I'll have ultra clear vision, but it's a little bit, just a tiny bit blurry, but I can barely see anything. So the fact that I can see it all in those. Oh, last one I got a bridge. Look at that. What a freaking idiot. Okay. We'll have to inspect that with some close-up inspection. We don't want any bridges. Okay, so speaking of close-up inspection, so the first thing we'll do is grab a little bit of alcohol and clean all the flux off. Whoop, a little too much there, but that's okay. And I like to kind of get it in between there a little bit. Might say I'm anal, because I'm doing all this stuff, covering it up with tape and yada yada yada. But you don't, look at all that. That's the OSD chip right there. You don't want stuff getting on there. Solder. You don't want to get alcohol, I don't think, and that's the barometer. That little tiny thing right there. The barometer. Okay, so this part is done. We're going to clean it up as much as we can with some alcohol. These pins, I might have to get the toothbrush out. I know this is crazy. You're watching me be insane, but there is a little bit of blue stuff on those middle ones. I know what else I can do. Let's just take some kind of connector from these things here. I'll do this. I'm probably never going to use this. Come on, you can get clean. I think they're all clean now. Okay, there you go. What do you think? Looks pretty good. The worst one is that one right there. And is that the one that, yeah, let's look at that with some magnification. Gonna get a USB scope one of these days, but that is not good. I am not happy with that one. There. Okay. Now, let's get rid of that. I'm being very serious about this one. Okay. It's got a little bit of a point on it, but we can fix that. We can fix that with our handy dandy pliers, cutters. Okay, this part is done. So now that we've done all these things, we are once again, I'm going to cut this one off too, and that one. Now that we've done all these things, we're going to put it onto the multimeter. Okay, these have blue stuff all over them too. Shit. See why it takes me so long to build an airplane? Or a quad. It takes me forever because I dick around with all this little stuff. I watch, like, okay, I mentioned Andy RC. He's on there and he'll have it just sitting there and everything, his fingers will be shaking and the stuff fiddles all over, and yet it still ends up looking better than when I do it. And I'm gluing everything down with this blue stuff, and I have to clean it all off. He just like builds a, well, of course he does me editing, I don't know, but build a whole quad in half an hour. I just can't. Okay. All right. Next, multimeter. Get the multimeter. Check out quads, you said. Okay, so quads. You're into quads. Quads, like freestyle quads and racing quads. You want to zip around the trees. You want to do flips and rolls, and I mean, I don't do building dives, and I just fly at this one park. I'm boring, I'm old. I fly my planes at one park, and I fly my quads at another park. And I've taken my quads with me on trips to several places, to Florida, to Colorado, and then I've never flown them. And I see all these awesome places to fly, but no. So, yeah, the park I fly my quads has trees and lots of places to do proximity and fly through a bunch of gaps and stuff like that. I'm totally into that. Totally into that. Okay, so now let's look at our diagram here. Changing gears a little bit. We're not putting an OLED on this, but we're putting that. So we're going to check out where the grounds are. Grounds are on the side with the ESCs pointing that way. Okay. So we're going to do some checks of the continuity. We're going to make sure there's no shorts between positive and negative, or positive in some of the signal wires, things like that. And so we do that very... Okay, let's move the soldering iron out of the way for a second. With our multimeter. And we check it for shorts, like I said. Okay, so here we go. Glasses. I am blind. That's what I mean. I need all these different glasses, but when I put on Fat Shark goggles, I don't need glasses, so that's good. Okay, this middle is power and ground, so we don't want shorts between them. But we do here. There should be short. Yes. There should be short here. All the way till we get to the last one. Not on the last one, because that's soft serial 1. There should be no connection to any of those. Ground is toward the, what did I say? Where's the ground? It's one of these. Oh wait, that's on this. Okay. So we have the negative, and we're going to have ground, 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 ground. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Ground, ground. Not ground, 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 not ground. Good. No connection. Connection. Perfect. Ground. Good. Now positive. Positive to positive. Good. Good, good. Positive to, no, there should be no connection to any of these things. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Good, 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 good. All voltage regulated. Okay. And there, now let's stick the two together temporarily again, one more time, just to make sure there's no shorts introduced when we have them together. So, I wish I could see. Ground, ground. So this ground should connect to that ground. Yes. And to this ground. Okay, looks good. Okay, so the next step, oh, we're going to keep it together, and we're going to plug it back into the computer and see if it still works. Then we'll have the final check, and which, if I had the proper equipment, I could clamp onto that with my power supply. But I haven't made my power supply adaptable. I should be able to power this from my power supply, not have to hook up a battery lead. But I don't have all the proper stuff in my... I haven't found a certain box of equipment since I moved that has all my clamps and wires and stuff. Okay. So the next thing we're going to do is plug this puppy into the computer. So we'll plug it into there. Oh. I hope I didn't get shit in there. There. Okay, we'll plug that in. And we will switch. I should move all the desktop. Sorry, I'm messing with my OBS again. Anybody who watches this stream has got to be laughing at me, right? Okay, here we go. Where's the one with the computer? Desktop with, there, that's the one we want. Okay, we'll go to that one. Okay, let's bring up Clean Flight, and let's hope to God that this will work. I heard the dink, dink, dink. And let's connect. Oh, look at that. It's a thing of beauty. Is it on its side? It is on its side. So it still works. Yes, it does. Okay, so we're just going to disconnect. We have nothing. Let's just check the OSD. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to upload the font. Oh, look. Looks like I did upload the font. We'll have to see. I hope it's not. I might have to do it when I actually connect it. If you have a bad font situation, you might have characters all over your OSD, and then you'll have to fix it by uploading the font. And you do that through this font manager button down here. Okay, so one thing I wanted to do was set all the alarms to 0, which I keep forgetting to do on the other one. Except for maybe the RSSI. We're going to set that to 0. And set that to, we'll set this to super high, like 500 meters. And then we'll set that to 20 meters. And then, oh, it keeps changing screens when I do that, doesn't it? I should use a different key. Okay, 0. And 0, and 0, and 0, and 0, 0, 0. That is thanks to IMU temperature of the IMU. I have the barometer temperature. It's good enough for me. Oh, look, it highlights I didn't know it did that. Oh, look at that. I wonder if that's a new thing in this configurator. It highlights the thing on the side that you're hovering over. So that's battery cell voltage. That's full battery voltage. I like to know the voltage per cell. That's easier for me to calculate because then I don't have to know how many cells I have. Okay, this is all good. I think I like it just like this. Okay, save. Saved. All right. I think that, oh, I have all these numbers in the chat too. That's hilarious. It's chatting and, okay, never mind. I think that's all I wanted. Oh, I know. I wanted to make different screens, alternate layout 1. Let's do that. I know I'm getting into, okay, let's turn off craft name. And all I want on this one is going to be for the is it the PIDs? Roll PIDs? Pitch PIDs. Yeah. Let's do that. That's cool. Okay, let's put this up here. Let's put this way over here. Let's put this right up there. And let's move these back down. Put that right next to that one. There, that looks cool. So that's VTX. So now I got to do something to get the VTX, switch the OSD. I should also put the on-time fly time. Should probably put that. And I should probably put the roll pitch. Okay. Save. Cool. Disconnect. Okay. We are ready to solder. Now comes the time where I have to actually make some decisions with the plane. Yeah. Oh, not that screen. Not that screen. Oh shit, I don't have a hotkey for that anymore. I'm going to get like a separate keyboard for OBS or something. Okay, let's do that one. Back to that one. Sorry for my... Okay. I'm going to clean up a little bit. I'm sorry. I could put it on standby, but I'm just going to clean up right out here in front of everybody. Drink my coffee. won't do anything illicit. Okay, soldering iron needs to be turned off so we can switch tips. And we may need the fan, and we may need to adjust the cameras. We may need to do several things in order to work this out. Let's put this stuff away. You see why it takes me forever to build a frickin' craft? Okay, because I don't rush things. People think I should have the whole thing done in one night, and I should, but I don't, because I'm like super slow, and then I'm always like cleaning up. Think, oh, right, I gotta do this with the camera. So we're gonna do this tip again. So we're gonna change tips. And what am I doing here? Let's do this. I gotta put this mouse somewhere else. Okay. We gotta get rid of that. And we're gonna separate these two halves carefully. Now's where we need to do something with the actual airplane. So I should probably, the glue gun's gonna stay there. Okay, let's get the airplane and see what we're gonna do. I think what we should do is put the motor on. Counterclockwise. That means I don't use a pusher prop on this one. Okay, so we have, let's zoom out a little bit. We have our stuff here. It's brand spanking new. This is a Sunny Sky. And I might need a bigger motor at some point. But I only got 3S. If I start running this on 4S, I'm going to need a bigger motor. This is 2000 kV, I believe. 2000 kV. And it has a counterclockwise bolt there. So we're going to figure out which way to make this spin the right way. So we're going to mount it onto here using this. So we're going to mount that onto there. We're going to need some thread locker. Let's move the flight controller aside. We're going to have to figure out what size of screws we're going to use. We've got lots of different screws, but I might as well start with what's in this. See if there's any lengths in there that'll work. Okay. And where are those? Where are those pliers? They're probably in here somewhere. I'll never be able to find them. I hate moving. I've lost everything. Maybe they're in my travel toolkit. I should have like 10 pairs of these, but I only have. I'm just looking for something to grab those with. That I don't have to. There they are. Okay. Actually, the good ones are somewhere else. These are the shitty ones. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a little piece of plastic. Actually, let's get this. Oh, shit. There we go. And we're going to put some some thread locker down. Oops. This wasn't a very good job. I did to get a flat piece of plastic. Okay, there we go. There's our piece of plastic. There's our thread locker. Now we're going to use 1, 2, 3, these 4 screws. These 4 screws and this screwdriver with this bit. So we're going to take this and that one goes over there too. Like so. That's going to go like that. And that's going to go down in there like so. It's not really threading in there very nice. Well, let's get another one in there and then we'll mess with that. Okay. I'm going to be building a quad within the next, I shouldn't say building, it's mostly built, but I don't know if anybody was watching, but I put masking tape over the board when I was soldering it earlier. And the reason I do that is because of that quad. That quad has a new flight controller that I had to buy. Come on, that didn't get very much on there. I had to buy a replacement because when I soldered it together, I got a blob on the OSD chip. And then when it fired up with the battery, it shorted out, even though it didn't short when I did all my testing. And I had a smoke stopper on. Smoke stoppers don't solve every single problem. So that board got fried. And that quad has never flown. And I ordered another one from Banggood. Okay. And it's been sitting in its little project box. So I should probably live stream my build of that, and maybe you will find me. You will find me Timeless Truths, and you can see how to build a quad. But you don't have to wait for me, actually. What am I saying? There are so many quad build videos out there. Depends on, I mean, you might not want to build a quad. You might want to do a, okay, that's ready. You might want to get like a bind and fly or a ready to fly. I don't know. But you will crash it and you will need to fix it. I don't know what else to say, but that is guaranteed. Okay, I didn't mean to put, so this is reverse thread. It's a reverse threaded nut there. So now we got to put this thing on. And we should have kept the thread locker out. Okay. I think I'm going to need a different bit on here too. I need that bit. That bit will be better. So I'll change bits. Most quad build videos, I don't know if there are actually streams. Like Mr. Steele, he'd be one person to watch. Now he doesn't build Betaflight quads. He builds, what is the firmware on his quads? I can't remember. Race 1, KISS. I'm a Betaflight person. I'm in the Betaflight camp. I grew up on Betaflight, you know, back when I was 50. Anyway, I used to run Clean Flight before there was even a Betaflight on my big quad. Look at what a mess I made right there. See, what you don't want is a bunch of fucking, excuse my French. Yeah. Thread locker everywhere. Because it stinks. It gets on your hands and it stinks. Am I just like super weird? Probably. Yeah. Okay. One more. Okay, maybe this bit would have worked. Okay, that part is done. Now I can set the thread locker aside up here. Okay, I'm going to begin the testing process. So the thing we need is a prop so I can figure out which way I want it to spin. So let's find our box of props. On the very bottom, of course. So this is the box of props I take with me to the field usually. It has quad props like these. These are what I fly in my quads. Cyclone T5040Cs. They're old school nowadays. Things move so fast, but that is what I fly on the quads nowadays. And that is also thank you to Andy. So thanks, Andy, turning me onto those. I got a lot of pushers, but I don't need a pusher. We're going to use an 8x6 standard. I only have 2 left. Or, oh, that's a pusher. I got a lot of pushers because I think that's what's on my other plane. My 2 other wings have regular threaded motor. So if they're a pusher prop, you need, if you have a regular threaded motor, you need a pusher prop. Unless it's going to go the wrong way and it'll go the way that your nut loosens. You don't want a loose nut. Okay, why did I get 2 out? I don't know. I don't need two. I only need one. I like to know that I have a spare, of course. And I also like to know that I only have two left. So. This is the thing I've noticed. My props aren't compatible with my motors because nothing fits on that. That's too big. That's too small. This is the right one, but it doesn't work. It doesn't fit. I think I'm supposed to put it, yeah, see, it fits in there. So, there we go. Okay, so I'm not going to screw it on because we're going to test it. So I want it to spin this way. I want it to spin counterclockwise when I'm looking at the top of it. Okay, counterclockwise. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to hook it up to a little tester machine. A servo tester. A servo tester can also test the motors. So let's get the servo tester in the tester drawer, which is right here. No, but everything's different. We'll unplug this for now. Oops. Okay, so what we will do is we will put this little guy in here like so. And we will plug this into our bench battery, which has been moved to still be on the bench. Positive, positive, negative. Now it might just start spinning. I don't know what this servo tester is at. Oh, it does not. Oh, that's right. There's no back. So I need two batteries. Okay, I need another battery on this side. Off to get another battery, folks. Off to the battery section. It's the big giant pile of batteries. Today's winner is a zippy compact 1500. Zippy compact 1500. Okay, so now what we have to do, now it's been turned down to 0. So now we're going to see which way it spins when we turn it up. Slowly. I want it to be going counterclockwise. And it's going that way. So it's going the wrong way. So what do? What we have to do is just disconnect one of these. Can I do it with the battery connected? I don't know. We're going to disconnect the batteries. Disconnect the batteries. Disconnect the batteries. So we're going to change the black with the blue. Put the blue where the black was. And then we'll put the black where the blue was. Now it should spin counterclockwise. So we're going to put this in. Plug that down to 800. It's down to 800. Then we're going to plug this in. Positive. Negative. There, it's initialized. So now let's fire it up. And now it's going counterclockwise. And it's quite strong. So this is the right way. So we're just going to leave it alone now. Now we're going to disconnect the battery. Oop, right. Disconnect the battery from that guy. And put that away. So now what we have to do is sort out how this is going to get mounted. And if I'm going to, yes, I am not going to unsolder those and try to do this. That was really hard to do before. I've done it, but man, those are nice. Those are nice joints there. And my soldering iron, my Hacko 888 just isn't up to it. 60 watts. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know what I mean, I've done it. I know I've done it. So yeah, it is up to it, but matters not. I will not be doing it today. Okay, where is this pointing? Oh yeah, right there. How about that? Okay, so let's get our motor mount. Now it's time to mount the motor. And that we're going to need to figure out our screw situation and our CG. Well, we're not going to figure out our CG, but we are going to figure out. I thought I had this one. The shortest one. So we're going to put, now we can see how the lights are going to work too. The light is going to, okay, this is going to go through there. We're going to need some long ass screws, longer than that. I'm probably not going to have the right kind of screws. We have 20. That's not going to do it. Nope. I need to get through this, through that. I need about 30. Yep, I need a 30 millimeter. One of these. Where maybe? No, those are M2s. These. Those are too long. That'll work. Okay, so what's going to happen now is we're going to need some nuts. How many nuts? Oh my God, we don't have any left. Oh, here. 2, 3, 4. Oh, thread locker. Okay, let's put that on up there. All right, let's check some other places here. What else do we have? Those are, yeah, those are all I can do. These are all I'm going to be able to do for today. Wait, didn't I print a 10 millimeter one? Where's the 10 millimeter one? Oh, smooth move, X-Lax. Okay. I thought I printed a 10 millimeter spacer. But apparently not. That is so hilarious. Okay. I'm going to have to print a 10 millimeter spacer. So now you're going to see total attention deficit disorder. Because I want it to be printing while I mess with this. I want to start off with a 10 millimeter spacer, not a 15. So let's switch to one of the desktop scenes here. Yeah, okay. And let's bring up Cura. And let's go turn on the 3D printer. I'm going to try printing it without leveling the bed. We're just going to turn it on. We'll see. It looks all nice. Looks all happy. The bed looks nice and clean. Haven't had to pry things off of it. Everything's come off nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this file. The file of... we're looking for motor spacer 3410. Then we're going to rotate it. I don't want to download, thank you. I don't want to upgrade right now. Thank you very much. Okay. Do that. Let's check our settings here. Layer height 2, initial layer 2, line width 2 lines, 0.4, yes, so 0.8. Top layers 3, bottom layers 2, yes. I'm going to mess with this sometime. That might make me get my holes more accurate. Infill 22. Okay. Let's get this thing preheating. We gotta go to Octoprint and connect. Then we've got to preheat. Let's preheat. Okay, preheating. Preheating. Where's the camera pointing at today? You can see a lot of my stuff back there. All right then. Alrighty. I guess that's a way I could have a view when I go over there. Yeah, interesting. All right. Let's look at a little preview just to make sure that we're going to get things right. Yeah, nice infill there. It's going to be nice and light. Although I may want to print some heavy ones too someday. All right. So that looks good. We're all good. Just going to plop it right in the center. The center area is right there. It's all nice and clean. We're just going to send it 44 minutes, so it won't be ready very soon, but we'll point it down there. camera a little bit more downward facing. Like so. I have no idea what that looks like, but I'm hoping it's pointing further down. I'm definitely going to have to get a power supply for this microphone because using batteries is not. It's already running 1 bar down. Okay, we're already printing. Printing, right? Oh, yeah. It's printed. It's just waiting to heat up. If we look at our... Well, let's get rid of that one. Minimize that and get back to our web browser here. It says printing. There we go. Okay. Okay, enough of that. Where were we? Was it that one? No. Yeah, I gotta put all the document cameras together. Sorry for the screw up here, but we're putting document cameras together. That one's gonna go down. Oh, up. Okay, let's switch to that one while I figure it out. Okay, then we've got that one. That's the one I want. Okay. Okay, so now we can move on to the next step. There's many, many steps of the next steps. And the next step is to temporarily, we won't need any thread locker. Oh, I hear it going. Let's watch it start, shall we? Let's go to Cura. And go to this. And then switch screens. Oh, no. Switch screens and then go back to desktop center. Now switch screens. There we go. Now you can watch it. Let's see if it's gonna... If it's too low, that would be bad. Oh, it's doing the small holes. Oh, I wish I could get that crap out of the way. Maybe it'll miss it. Oh, that first hole didn't even print. Oh, never mind. Oh, it's got a big goober in there. I'll never be able to get it out. It's too small. Head will never be out of the way. Isn't that interesting? I can never get bored of 3D printing. We'll just look at that for a second while I fiddle with this. That is the shape of the spacer. Oh, wrong screw. Okay. Don't tell me this doesn't fit. It's got to be the right size though. Okay. That would be boring to watch that. As boring as it is to watch me do this, I suppose. Okay, so now what we're going to do is these things go in here, and these slots tend to be too big. First I made them too small, and I made them too big. Okay, see, that's what's going on there. There. Nuts in there. And then they fall out. So what I I should do is tape them in. I'm coming up with a solution for this in a future version of this. Actually, I have a solution. It's the nut stopper solution, which is the stupidest idea I've come up with, but it works. Okay. Now I'm going to start putting these in. As soon as I feel them all come through, then I won't have to worry. And if they were so much, not that so long, it would also be easier. Okay, so now they'll all should stick in there. Especially if I keep it like that. Let's get this. Get this thing stuck to the side of this here. Screws are way too long. That Tesla truck. I don't know about that Tesla truck. I agree with you, Josh. Oh, look, there's two different lengths. I had a shorter one in there. If only they were all that short. Okay. Now comes the next step. And that's to see how this little light bar works. Because this is the first time I actually have tested it. I printed like half a dozen of them. Okay, so the light bar, the light holder, there it is right there. This was a leftover from an old quad. So that's going to go on like that. That's how that's going to go on. And the motor is not touching. Now how am I going to get it to go on all the way? It's not touching back here on this side. Oh. That's interesting. I think I might have to revise my design a little bit. First of all, these things need to be way longer, even if I'm using the 5mm one. That would make it more stable. So I'll have to de-glue this from this one. I glued it on too soon. Never get ahead of yourself, especially when you build like I do, at a glacial pace. Of course, we can always build this without the light bar on it, for now, and add it later. I kind of really wanted to have it on there, though. Okay, let's think about the ESC. Now that we have this in position, the way we're going to work this is, I want it to be, okay, let's get that other plate. All the pieces. There's that piece. Where's the ESC plate piece? Shit, all this moving shit around. Now oh, there it is. So this is gonna get screwed down like that. Looks like it's gonna work perfectly. Now we put that. Oh, I don't have it all put together right, quite right, but are you serious? It doesn't fit in there? Interesting. Okay. I hear the dog up begging to go out. I'm gonna have to pause. What time is it? Ooh, 1:11. Okay, we're gonna have to just pause for a little while, just like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Oh, maybe we don't have to pause. My beautiful woman is going to take care of the situation. Okay, this fits on just fine. I made that too narrow. I made this piece too narrow. Thought I only made it 0.5 millimeter smaller. So I'm going to have to print another one of these. I'm going to have to fix that and print another one of those too, because it sticks down in there too easily. This is going to get zip tied to this, and then I can just stick it in like that. Get those. Maybe I should zip tie those together too. I should. Let's do that right now. Put it about right there. That's good. Okay, so now that'll go in like that. And this will slide in there. So this can be zip tied on there in advance. And then just stuck in. And then we can get the whole thing out. So now it comes time to where we got to see how it fits into the plane. Finally, like I said about an hour ago. Yeah. Which means in that hour, the desk has gotten cluttered. Oh, shit. Ouch. Okay. This gets put away. All these things get put away, put away, put away. Put that away in the tester drawer. This prop gets put in the box with the stuff. This gets put in the prop box. These get put in here. Little tiny motor things. What am I supposed to do with those? I'll never be able to use those in a repair. They're too tiny. I don't have that kind of C-clip capability. I'm talking about those little C-clips in there. Okay. Sunny Sky gives you those with every motor. And you're like, yeah? Okay, so this is not on here permanently. I mean, I could just use these screws. And here's my beautiful way to stop the nuts from coming off. It's one of these things. Gets glued on there. Gets stuck on there if I can get it. Yeah, like that. Then that gets just some hot glue. A little dab on each side. That will keep the riff-raff out. And it's very thin, so it shouldn't add a lot of weight. You can hear how thin it is. Alright, it's very fiddly. This is the ESC cooling scoop, faces towards the front, sucks air in there. So when the ESC is in there like that, it's going to get cooled. Okay, let us get the plane. The plane is so big. That I don't know what to do with all the stuff on this desk. Oh dear. So, let's get this crap out of the way and put this thing in. Okay. So it's going to go like that, right? No. I said it was going to go like this. These things are going to go through. So I'm basically going to have to solder that onto the flight controller. Oh my God, that... You know what I think I'm going to do? That way the connection would all be in there. Let's see what kind of connectors we've got. Connectors. We need 2 bullet connectors. Then we can just solder wires. Let's get this out of the way. I don't know about this plane design. Okay, bullet connectors. Bullet connectors. Bullet connectors. Jackpot. Okay, so on the plane, so we need female. There's 1. Two. And then we're also going to need an XT60. Should we try one of these fancy ones? No, I like my old school ones first. I'll do these. Oh shit, there's none left. Oh, there's one. Need one of those too. Unless I use this. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Huh. No. Okay. I'm going to get different drawers set up for this eventually. This is insane. But previous to this, I was in a one-bedroom apartment. So I needed to save every square inch of space. Now I have this rather spacious workshop compared to what I'm used to. Connectors. Okay, now I need silicone wire. And I think I went with 14 gauge last time. We're going to go with 14 gauge. 14 gauge. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. That should work right there. So, what we're going to have to do with this, the battery connection. I'm going to want it to be pointing up at an angle. How am I going to achieve that? First thing we're going to do we'll do the positive first. That'll be the easiest one. I'm not even going to cut it at first. I'm just going to do that. Oh wait, the battery. This is the battery. The ESC is the one. Okay, the ESC. So where's the front of this? This goes on like this, and the front is which way? The front is that way. The ESC's in the back. Okay, so this is the positive. We're going to be wanting to go up. Or maybe we just do an extra long one. No, shorter the better. But I don't really, I'm yapping to myself. Here, let's plan this out. Let's see how we're doing here. Okay, the front is which way again? That way. That way's the front. Let's going to be down in there. Now, if I had the wires coming out, yep. So we're going to do it so it goes out of that hole and then into this hole. So we're going to do it about that long for the positive. Wait, let's see. Where's the ESC? Yeah, we can even plug it in up in there. Okay, but or in here. So if it goes out and then comes up and then comes over, we should cut it about there. All right. Now the black one is the negative. That's going to have to come across, then out that hole, then up, then into there. So we'll cut that one at about there. Give it a little bit more. Okay, these will get put away. Oh no, we're going to need some for the battery too. Then the battery, that's the same deal. We're going to go out the sides. And we'll come out the front of this. Okay, we'll save this for the battery later. The batteries go up in front here, obviously. Let's check on our print, huh? There we go. I don't have a hotkey for that screen, do I? But no, there we go. Okay. All right, so the next step. Isn't this insane? I mean, you're probably thinking I'm insane. I know. Okay, so the next step will be to get this out of here and solder. So this is going to go like that out, and that's going to go. So we're going to do the positive one first, then the negative one, because they're going out that way. So let's move this out of the way. Ah, smash that corner again. Okay. So. All right, here we go again. Let's change our tip. We need the big tip. What's on TV now? On YouTube TV. This one. Maybe that will be at the rate I'm going. It's already half done. Okay, we are going to turn on our soldering iron now. We're going to put a little bit more water. On our sponge. We are going to get our our strippers. Okay. First thing we're going to do, let's get some masking tape. And mask off our thing. And let's get some glasses so we can see. So first thing we're doing is the ESC. That's pretty good, huh? It's really masking it off. I'm wondering if I should have done those first. We shall see. Okay, let's think about my angle here. This thing is going to be going this way, so I'm going to be holding it. I'm a lefty, so I got to hold the soldering iron with my left hand. And I got to have some solder. Here we go. I'm going to have 14, so we're going to go to 12 because these are always a little bit too small. What I'm trying to do is have it not be too long, because you can see the pads are pretty small. So that's about perfect. So the first hard part is to get this tint. And I think I'm going to try some of this thicker stuff to tint with. Oh, it's nice and hot. Oh, look at that. Shit. Nice. Okay. I usually solder over wood, my wood plank over here. But I had already wasted enough time tonight, so I didn't want to. Okay. So the way we're going to do this is kind of like this to get it out of the way of that. Okay, so we're going to get our pliers. And we're going to get this like this. We're going to get this positioned. We're going to, this is the hard part. We're going to do, we have negative to negative. We're double checking our polarity. Okay, here we go. And I've gotten several cold joints doing this, so I got to make double extra sure that I've got it. Hot enough. I mean, it looks all nice and shiny, but okay. Now comes the positive one. So here we go again. We're going to use the 12 even though it's 14. And then we're just going to get a little bit like that. We'll check out the size compared to the size of the pad. It looks like that's the same size. Kind of get it so I can tin it. Having this giant solder makes a big difference too. Shit. I should turn the fan on. It's going to make a whole bunch of noise. But I would like to live. Okay, now we're going to do this one. And it's going to go like that. And I'll clean this off first. Okay, I think I got it. Okay. Now for the ESC ones. This is the I hope it's okay that I got it on that. I hope those aren't grounded. They better not be. Okay, so on the other end of these, we gotta put these guys. And they are the super shitty ones that I don't like. If I would have went with bigger wire, I would have been in big trouble. Okay, so we want to cut a little bit more than that. That's good. Okay, that should work out well. Will that fit inside there now or not? All right, stop. Let's see if I can do something with that. There we go. Damn it. Shit. Oh, I didn't tin the inside of that. Oh, these things suck. Okay. Now let's... Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. It's getting late. Come on, you stupid fucking thing. Don't move. God damn it. Motherfuck. There. Don't fucking move. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, don't tell me I lost the bullet connector in my rage. That is so typical of me. There it is. God. Okay. Bullet connectors. Come on, motherfuckers. Come on. Heat up. There we go. There we go. Yes. Bullet connectors. Okay. Anybody who wanted to build their own iNav plane, watching this would be like, fuck that shit. It isn't this bad when you're not a newbie and you know what you're doing. I swear it isn't this bad. And there's a sense of accomplishment when you're finished, as you can imagine. Okay. Somewhere, and also in my move, I had a piece of wood with little holes in it. But I don't know where that is. And I would stick the bullet connector in the hole. Okay. There we go. Doing all this for you, live stream, because I don't usually... Yeah, we're just going to stick that in there. And then get some of this other stuff. And stick it on there. There we go. Oh no. No, 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 that's wrong. That's all wrong. Don't you dare spread out and get all wonky. Alright, I'm gonna have to cut that fucking thing off. See what it's like to not know what the fuck you're doing? This is it right here. Start it over. I think I'm going to have to stop because I'm starting to not do very well. I'm starting to perform shabbily, very shabbily indeed. Okay, that's in good shape already. Perfect. Now, this thing. Let's get it heated up a little. There we go. Come on. There we go. There we go. That's it. Those are good connections. Okay. Those should be for the ESC. We'll put some heat shrink on there. Doesn't look too bad. Okay, one last soldering connection to the two battery connections. So that's actually 4 things. 4 more solder joints. Right here. And I believe we wanted the battery to go the same way. So what we're gonna do is do the same thing I just did. Stick this down here like this. And we want our I should check out the chat. No, there's nothing to see. Nothing to see. I can't believe there's actually 2 people watching this right now. Hi, viewers. I'm sorry I'm such a slowpoke. Idiot slowpoke. Okay. Where am I going? What am I doing? Who am I? Where am I? Yes. I am not as gutsy as Bot Grinder. Now there's a guy who loves quads. Bot grinder. Okay, so we're going to be going kind of like this. So let us put this tape down. Now I am being really particular doing that, huh? Okay. Let's tin this up. Oh, our little tip is getting not have that's better. Whew. Could reposition the fan, but then I would have to move the whole. Okay. Positive, going this way. So a couple things we want to do. Let's have our pliers. Have all this shit out of my way. Make sure we're down good. All right. Make sure we have some solder ready. There we go. Make sure that's out of the way. That's going to be it. That's our claim to fame right there. Yeah, look at that is a beautiful one right there. Lovely. Yes. That I like to see. Now the black one. And we'll put the black one like this. You got to plan this stuff out. When you're building a quad, when you're building a plane, matters not. Either one. It's the same thought process with these flight controllers. You're doing the same kind of things. Whew. All right. That is our, I don't even know. I hope this is on screen. I didn't even look. I think it is. Seems to be. I can't see over there because I have my soldering glasses on. All right, here we go. This is the last one, or the last one on the flight controller. We're going to go kind of like this. Because we can't go up too high because we can't have the bottom part touch the top part. So let's go this way and then we'll turn it. Okay. We are ready. Clean tip. There, you can see it bubbling on the bottom. That one isn't quite as nice as the positive one, but it looks good. It'll go like that. Now the next thing we need to do is clean it up a little bit, of course. I wonder where my toothbrush is. Oh, there it is. Let's get some. Okay. The next step in the process is we're going to let our soldering iron rest. I'm going to clean off the tip here, turn it off. I'm going to take all these things off, and we're going to clean it off. Clean the whole thing off. It's beautiful. This rosin, I think, is basically tree sap. So yeah, it's awful sticky and messy. Okay. We're almost getting to the point where we're going to plug the whole thing in. Isn't that exciting? I'm going to keep streaming until we get to that point. I don't care. I see those 3D printer dudes. They put together a 3D printer and they're streaming for 5 hours. So I'm going to clean up this just a tad bit more. It's going to dent up my plane. All these little globs. I'm going to dent up my plane. I'm really not anal. I swear to God I'm not. Okay. Look at us. Now we're going to put this back together. Oh, we're going to check it for shorts. Let's check it. Oh. We'll figure out how long to make that too. Let's check it for shorts first. Oh, is it still sticky? Alright, let me get... Sorry, it's got to be cleaned a little bit better. Sorry. Okay. Is that good enough? Is that good enough, Mr. Flight Controller? I think so. It's plenty clean now. So there we have the Matek F411 WSE all soldered up except for the XT60. In order to prepare the XT60, you want to turn your little connector dealy bobs. I don't know why they always put them in like that, but you turn them in the same way. Makes it so much easier. Okay. Multimeter. Let's zoom out. There we go. Okay, positive to negative. Nothing. Good. There's still some blue junk in there. After all that scrubbing, all right, that looks good. Positive. Those things are not grounded. Definitely connected there, but not grounded. Okay. Uh-oh. That's good. That's good. Okay, that looks good so far. The next step is to plop all this together, then put the XT60 on. So where's our little doohickey? Right here. We've got this and 2 screws, 5 screws, 4, 5, and we have to get our little screwdriver. Turn that off. Okay. This is not going to be easy. Uh-oh. Let's hope we can get this through there after our solder mishap of 2020. See, I got a bunch of solder in there. Fortunately, it's a soft metal. I should be able to talk my way through it, as long as I don't leave any bits of metal that short things out. Please, 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 don't do that after I've cleaned up everything. All right, now let's see if that screw will go through there. Let's see if we can thread it through. Yes. Okay, now let's get this put on there. All right, come on, you can do better than that. It's not going in all the way. Oh, shit. Oh, God, I got a bunch of that blue stuff on here. Serves me right. All right. Big old glob of blue stuff in there. All right, let's try this again, shall we? There. Much better. See, this stuff is fiddly, but if you have the patience, which I often don't, you can work through it. Okay, now comes the moment of truth. We got to be able to get this on. So what we want is all these wires to be kind of low down. Then we want to push this on like that, see? And we want to make sure that nothing from the top is pointing. That's kind of pointing into those wires, but I don't think it's gonna. No, they're not pressing against it. So now we're gonna screw it together. And again, this stuff is fiddly. Tiny, tiny little screw. But once you get this together, this is a fantastic flight controller. I say. Everybody's like on some of the, not everybody, but a few people, very few people are like, oh, a board besides a Matek board, how exciting, because it's like Matek rules the, not in quads, but in wings, fixed wing. Matek is the innovator, and I am very thankful for it. And I'm just hoping that the FAA does not kill all of this. Please, FAA, don't kill all of this. I know we're just regular citizens, so you don't give a shit about us. But please don't kill all of this. Let's face it, I want to go on a little thing. I'd probably like to just for 2 seconds, but this drone delivery thing, it's not going to pan out unless there comes up with some different technology. It's not going to pan out. It's not going to be cost effective to have drone delivery. It's just not. I don't see how, if somebody can show me financially how it's going to work. These companies are not in it for the technical wizardry. They want to make money. And if they can't make money doing it, they're not going to do it. And thank God they're not going to be able to make money doing it. There's just no way. Okay, this is the size we're going to use for our heat shrink on here. So we need our cutters that I just put away. We're going to cut it right there. Is that about half? Yeah. Okay. We got to heat shrink both of these. Oh, Why am I whispering? I don't know. I'm going to go heat shrink these two guys, wherever the camera is. These two. I'll be right back. Oh, that's finished. The 3D print is finished. Okay. What's the temperature? Oh, it's been finished for a while. There. I have it popped off. 10 millimeters. Okay. Where are we now? XT60. Then we get to power the whole beast up. So we have our print is finished. So I've been at this for at least this last, oh my god, I hate to think how long I've been going at this. Tonight. Happy Friday, by the way, everybody. Everybody that's nobody, oh, there's still people out there. Can't believe it. Okay, am I still on mic too? Yep. I guess I'm talking quiet because it's very late here. Central Time, USA, 2:12. So it's time to get the plane and figure out how it's going to fit. So once again, we have to put everything away. There's no room for that plane on here with anything else on the table. Put these back here. Multimeter away again. This is why my workshop doesn't look like Bruce Simpson's workshop. Thank you, Bruce Simpson. RC Model Reviews and XJet. You were one of the first people I found on the YouTubes. Whoa. There goes my microphone. You were one of the first people I found on YouTube, Bruce, to talk about quads and planes. I was into planes from the very beginning, but I just couldn't. Quads are an easier thing to start on, I think. And Bruce was, that was circa 2014, way back in the day. God, I can't believe that's 6 years ago now. And I still consider myself a newbie. And if you've been watching me, I'm sure you'd consider me a newbie too. All right. Now let's go back to our feature presentation. The airplane. And what am I getting stuck on? Blue tack. Okay. More and more wires are appearing. Okay, so this thing is going to go in here. Yeah. Okay. Let's get this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way. One wire. these things. These things are going to go here. All right. This is how it's going to all go together. That's going to stick down in there. I'm going to have to take all this out again, but that's okay. So then I have access to everything. Everything will reach. Blah, 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 blah. It's all going to reach. Okay, so next, these guys. This curly little wire is driving me nuts. Okay. Then, when this thing goes on, these things will come through here. There'll be a hole in the front. Where these things will come out of. Let's cut that hole now. Let's cut a hole right here. About right there. Nope. Let's pull that back out. Okay. These two wires go out the front, like so. These two wires out the back. Oh, what a fiddly craft this is to put together. Then this will be stuck down. That'll be the first thing I do. Stick that down. Which I suppose I could do, because now I can just solder this out here, right? No, not ready to do all that yet. So, where are these going to be? Where's the battery going to be? How long should I leave for the battery? Is the question. Probably about that long, right? Geez, that's plenty. Maybe a little shorter. Leave that long for the battery. These are the decisions that take so much time. the little things, but the battery connection's not too little. Okay, the battery will sit in there. Where is the battery? Doink. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. Sorry, everybody. Let me see how that's working out down in there. Okay. Yeah. We're going to have some extra. sense. Let's do it there. What the hell? I'm not leaving much left. I'm going to have to get more of this stuff. For sure. Okay. We're cutting it right there. Has my head been in the way? Yeah. My ugly bald head. There we go. Let's put the rest of this away. See? That's how I can find it later. I'm laughing. I never can find anything. Okay. Put the wires back and put these back. These back. And this goes into that'll plug into there. This will plug into here. Now, that doesn't have to be, but it would be better if it's in there. So, we may or may not be using that ESC tray thing that I've designed. Yeah. That'll go like that. Oh, this will go through here. The lights. Oh, and this prop. Let's see that prop. Where is that prop? That's so funny. I cannot see anything with these glasses on except what's directly in front of me. There's a nice thing to dent my plane. That's probably what I've been doing. Oh. Where's the prop? Where's the prop? We have to make sure the prop fits. Shit. I'd hate to have a 7-inch prop on this beast. Yep, lost the prop because, just like I was saying, I can't keep track of anything. Even though I'm always putting stuff away so I don't lose it. Okay. There's no fucking prop. No prop, no prop, no prop. There's the prop. It's 8 by 6, right? 8 by 6. And it fits. Okay. Now this thing. Let's look at this thing. Is this thing going to be something? Okay, so what I have to do is redesign that so it's longer. Way longer. All right, I've got some ideas for that. I'll redesign that tomorrow. We won't be doing these lights tonight, but these lights, let's just see if everything can go in here. Yeah. this is not, all this wire is going to be cut off when I figure out how long it's going to need to be. Okay. Now what is keeping it up? Yep, it'll all fit in there. It'll all fit in there. I will have to redesign that plate a little bit though, so it holds that on stronger. Okay, we are making progress, ladies and gentlemen. Making progress. We are, says Yoda. Okay, I think... Oh, error. We're done. I've been talking and it's gone. YouTube is not receiving a video. Buffering. It says it's still live. 8 playbacks. How is that possible? It says it's buffering. Not receiving enough data. That's great. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is end this stream, part 3, if it's even going, I don't know, buffering. This stuff is pretty new to me, the streaming, the building of the iNav planes, all of it. And all of it I like. So if you've been watching for real, I hope you've enjoyed my really screwing, messing around. I'm sorry for my terrible buffering. I had excellent connection first when we started. We'll probably be back tomorrow. We're going to go flying tomorrow. I will hopefully fly with my friends Kevin and Andy and have some flying footage maybe that we can watch. Okay. Hope you all have a happy 3rd, now 4th of January. Peace out.